Hi, I'm Sonya White Jaguar. Welcome to this edition of White Jaguar Wednesdays, my semi-monthly series where I discuss spiritual subjects inspired by your questions. Today is the fourth and final video of this series where I'm talking about crystals. I'd like to give a special thank you to the person who asked this question. She's a new author like myself, and she's been very helpful to me over the last few months as I've been getting things set up. She recently published her first romance novel on Amazon, and she has many free romances that you can read on Wattpad. I'm going to drop links to her pages below. Her online handle is BEWA84. I hope that you'll check out her work and support her. And if you have a question that you would like answered in a future video, and if you have material online like that, books, artwork, videos, anything like that, feel free to let me know and I'm happy to promote you. Okay, so what she asked specifically was she wanted to get insight from Alan Rickman, the British actor, the spirit guide who's been working with me now for a number of years. She wanted to get his insight on opal and amethyst crystals. Now, as I explained in the first video of this series, you want to work with your intuition and intention. The crystals will work with you if you develop a relationship with them. Now, Alan, as I said in previous videos, he loves doing healing work. He loves working with crystals. He has a very close connection with crystals. So I am happy to ask him for his insight and what he likes about amethyst and opal specifically. I actually asked him if he had a favorite crystal, and I have some of his channeled comments here. What he said to me was he does have a favorite stone. He said, "I love blue angelite." He said, "It's a marvelous stone to work with to open and engage the throat chakra and access the higher planes." So I wanted to share that with you to let you know that that's a great stone to use if you're wanting to work more closely with him and open your throat chakra and be able to channel and speak more with your spirit guides. I know that's a very common question. So I actually have a couple of stones here on this picture of Alan. I have a piece of blue angelite, and I have a piece of amethyst, and I have a piece of opal too, this angel statue. So let me share with you now what he said about these other stones and how we can do some work to manifest goals using crystals. So first, amethyst. Here's what he said. Amethyst is a wonderful stone to heal your relationship with the Creator or divine essence within you. It's a stepping stone to cosmic consciousness. I love this stone. It's one of my favorites to work with here where I am. Stones can help us here in this dimension. Never underestimate the power you have in your dimension to influence the growth and manifestation potential of all of us. We are all working on manifestation projects, and your love and healing intentions for us here in the higher dimension really do help us. So he's saying don't hesitate to use crystals to help him and other spirit guides as well. So if you have an altar for Alan or other spirit guides, feel free, to place a piece of amethyst or other stones that you feel guided to use. Place those on your altar and ask for the stones to help your spirit guides do their manifestation work as well. That's a lovely gesture. Okay, now let me move on to opal. So here's what Alan said. He said, "Opal is a wonderful stone for enhancing and healing relationships. It also enhances the person's awareness of cosmic consciousness, but this connection takes a long time to develop. A relationship here on earth is a metaphor or surrogate for our relationship to the divine. So I recommend first and foremost healing your connection to the planet and other people. Your connection to the divine is never lost, only ignored or dismissed or unrealized, but it is all around, and you will feel it the more you do this kind of work." Now he went on from here to share how we can work with opal. Now if you've watched the other videos in my series, you know that I mentioned a Feng Shui layout, and that's what we're going to talk about next. He said, "I recommend putting opal in the relationship corner of a room or a house. Bear in mind that you can use the grid layout for a room too. It doesn't have to be the whole house. So if you only have one room to work with, like your bedroom, for example, then place the crystal in the back corner of the room, intending that it is to heal your relationship. Okay, so what does he mean? Okay, if you've missed the previous videos in this series, be sure to go back and watch those. I talked about how you can Google Feng Shui layout and print one out that you feel guided to use. I copied this from a Feng Shui book that I have. I'm not a Feng Shui expert by any means, but I do understand the principles of Feng Shui. And so what he's saying is you can use this to help you manifest your goals. So you can actually take the crystals like opal and put that in the relationship corner. I know it's probably hard to see in the video, but the relationship corner is the back right corner of the property. The arrows at the bottom indicate where the door is, so that's how you want to orient your layout. And like he said, you can use this for a room too. So if you only have one room to work with, like say your bedroom, then you want to lay this out to where the door into your room is at the bottom, and then that back right corner would be the relationship corner. Now, like he said, you can go ahead and place the crystals directly in that corner of your home or the room if that's feasible. But if not, I would recommend just using this actual layout itself. Just lay it out and then intend that each time you lay crystals on it, it's to help heal or manifest something as it relates to that aspect of your life governed, by one of those quadrants. The thing about Feng Shui is, this is of course a nice, neat depiction, in a square. Most properties, of course, are not cookie cutter like that. They're not a square or a rectangle. And it may be that the relationship corner of your home, if it's laid out in such a way where there's a cutout in the property, maybe the relationship corner is on the outside of the house, or it could even be in the garage, or if you have children, maybe that's one of your children's bedrooms or something like that. So if it's not feasible to use the physical space and move crystals around, your house and put them in these various quadrants of your actual property, just go ahead and use the grid itself, because remember, crystals will work with your intention. Okay, so basically what Alan is saying is if you have opal, you can take a piece of opal and put that in the relationship corner and then ask it to heal any relationships that you would like to heal. Now, if you don't have opal, you can certainly use any crystal that you feel guided to use. You might want to use a piece of rose quartz like this here. I'm a big fan of clear quartz because clear quartz is 100% programmable. So it will work with your intentions for basically anything. You could actually use this on absolutely any quadrant of the Feng Shui layout to help you manifest anything in particular. Now, these two small wands that I have here, if you can see them in the video, one is single terminated and the other is double terminated. And basically that just means that the single terminated one was carved into a point on one end. The double terminated has points on both ends. And the idea is that if you're using these for manifesting or healing, the energy is going to go one way through the crystal that has one point, and it will go both directions through the crystal that has 2 points. So I like to use the double terminated crystals for relationships because it isn't just for you, it's actually to heal that connection between you and another person or people. So let's go ahead and put this crystal on the relationship corner as well, so you can see that you can do that instead. You don't have to use opal. Now, what else can you do? You can, like I say, you can fill up this grid and literally ask for help with everything that is listed here on the grid. So just for demonstration purposes today, let's pick some common issues. The back left quadrant here is for wealth and abundance. So let's put a crystal there. I'm feeling a connection with green. So let's choose a green crystal and let's put a green crystal on that quadrant. And let's do one more. Since some of us are writing books, let's do something for our career. The career quadrant is the middle front quadrant on this grid. So let's do something there. Since we're doing books, that's a creative endeavor, and the chakra that governs creativity is the sacral chakra. That's number 2. That's orange. So let's pick our sacral chakra crystal that we talked about in an earlier video, and let's put that on that quadrant. Now, I'd actually like to add a second one, because with books, not only is that a creative endeavor, but we're actually communicating, right? We're communicating a story, we're communicating a message, which is the throat chakra, right? So let's go ahead and add a blue stone for the throat chakra to that. So I just wanted to do that so that you can see you don't have to just choose one. You can do more than one crystal in a quadrant. So now let's go ahead and do what we've done in the earlier videos. I'm going to go ahead and ask Alan Rickman to come in and energize these crystals for us to help us heal any relationships, to help us manifest more abundance, and also to assist us with our career path. So let's see if you feel anything. So Alan, I'm asking for Alan Rickman, the British actor who died in 2016. Would you please join us today and energize these crystals for our stated intentions to heal our relationship, any relationships, to heal and bring us more abundance, and also to help us on our career path. So if you would please energize these crystals for these intentions for all of the viewers of today's video. It's much appreciated. Thank you so much. So let's give him a moment to do that. And I can feel energy moving up and down through my chakras. It's interesting. I can feel a lot of energy moving in the area of my solar plexus. So I don't know if you felt anything. I would love to hear, afterwards, if you did feel, any energies and any changes after watching these videos. I always enjoy, hearing about your experiences. So, okay. Well, basically, the only other point that I wanted to make was if you do this and you start to work with crystals in this way and start asking them to help you manifest things in your life, keep a journal. I definitely recommend that because that way you can track what questions you're asking and what crystals you're using, how long you leave the crystals out. You might check in, every few days and see if it's time to change your intentions or change the crystals. Remember, these are tools, so you want to keep your eye on them and change them as needed. And you can only do that really if you keep track. And so I do recommend that you do that. All right, so I hope that this series was helpful to you. I hope that you're inspired to work with crystals in new ways and not just leave them sitting on a shelf. And you can put them to good use now. If you have any questions that you would like answered in a future video, please feel free to comment below or email me at SONYA@SONYAWhiteJaguar.com. I do have lots more questions to answer. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new, and so you can get notified when the next several videos get posted. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.